And it'll be Elise Perry on strike. And immediately works one away beautifully off her pads, down to fine leg, and that'll be a boundary to get things off and running. So Perry continues her scintillating form from the previous match. Here's Kim Garth, full of ball, driven through the covers, beats the field, and he'll go out to the rope for the second boundary to start this innings. No wicket for 8, the Sixers. Sensational start by Perry. And that's Garth at the crease now, and it's a good delivery, and it's just worked away on the offside by Perry. Out to the sweeper in the deep. Single, she moves along to 9, and that's exactly what the score is, and that brings Maitland Brown on strike. Maitland Brown on strike. And works it nicely off her toes, out in the deep. Maya Bouchier comes around in a spectacular roll and a beautiful throw back in, but Brown picks up 2 runs. Perry on strike. Oh, it's a lovely shot. Hit it over the short, fine leg fielder's head, all the way down to the boundary rope for 4. Perry drives straight back down the ground, hit that like a tracer bullet all the way to the rope for 4. It just got quicker and quicker. It had timing from the start.
And if one does grip and turn.
Perry drives, beats short cover. The fielder in the deep comes around and makes the save. Good support in the field, and they keep it to 2. Well done there, Millie Illingworth.
Almost made it almost too quick of a ground. Had to tuck it underneath herself.
Perry sweeps, it goes deep, getting under it. The catch is taken. Maya Bouchier takes a sliding catch on her knees.
Full toss from Illingworth, worked away, and that one will be a boundary.
I think it depends on the communication around where she's batting and
driving, sort of thick edge, and that outfield means it just kicks on nicely. So another boundary adds to the Sixers total. Shorter from Illingworth. It's into the gap. They might push for 2. Day continuing. Across the stumps, and it's Boulder. So Maitland Brown trying to get a bit inventive, trying to up her strike rate. And she has to go for 19. Day continuing, but a boundary straight following a wicket. So great start for Erin Burns. Pulling is Gardner over the umpire. And the Stars do well to clean up in the deep. So you can see they're starting to get their placements right, where
Gardner off the outside edge, dropped. I reckon it might have carried there to Illingworth. Burns back on strike, swings it hard and high into the outfield. Maloney's underneath it and takes the catch. A good catch. It dipped a little bit late, but Sasha Maloney has a very safe pair of hands. Gardner goes now, goes long, high, may not have got enough on of it. Sutherland comes around, takes a magnificent overhead mark, and that's the end of Ash Gardner. I think she just go back and put it through the big 6 from 15 metres out directly in front. Short, and it's pulled away by Bates, who was caught on the back foot. Should be able to get back for 2, despite some excellent work out there in the deep. Tryon goes high, ball in the air. Maloney won't be able to get there. That goes a full journey. Chloe Tryon hit every part of that.
On the stumps again, and Tryon, she goes into the deep, and it's a good catch from Maloney. The safe hands of Sasha Maloney once again is the undoing of the Sydney Sixers batters. Pulling into the deep, it's through the fielder, and they're going to get 4. So Maloney, after going for 28 in her last crack at the power surge, upish, and again, another boundary. So Sasha Maloney, back-to-back boundaries off her power surge over. Down the wicket she goes, and there is no long on bat. So once again, she finds the boundary. And the Sydney Sixers, they're 5 for 110. Leg side wide is useful for the Sydney Sixers. It's going to go all the way. So 5 runs to the scoreboard and still 6 balls to come this over. Garth. Well, she tries to, and geez, gets that behind. So it's through the stumps, through the keeper. And inventive. I have a feeling it depends on whether Bates is there for all of them. The bowled. So just when we're talking around what the Sixers need, what they don't need is wickets falling, and Matilda Carmichael, she has to go.
That, I don't know if I've seen anything as remarkable as that on a cricket field.
I mean, Susie Bates is a very good batter, so there's still a chance.
Inventive again, goes the reverse, but it's going to be caught. So Sophie Day picks up a fifer, and Susie Bates, the aggressor, has to go.
It's the smile that she had on her face.
Final delivery, hit very nicely into the deep. They can look to come back for 2, and they're going to get there. So 133, the Sydney Sixers finish on. To keep things nice and calm, but Lauren Cheadle, she picks up another wicket. That takes her to 14. It's air high fives for everyone, because we know that she's a little bit feeling a little bit under the weather at the moment. But Sophia Dunkley, she has to go for a duck. Bit shorter from Cheadle, and Capsey cashes in. First boundary of the Stars innings.
That's a great shot by Capsey. Really, the ball just seemed like it sat up a little bit.
Goes leg side, does Lanning. There's a fielder underneath, and it's taken. The big wicket of Meg Lanning. She has to go, and it's a wonderful catch from Matilda Carmichael. Annabelle Sutherland opens up her account. Capsey looks to go big, over. And she finds herself a boundary.
Gee whiz, that nearly was it.
In cow corner, she goes square. Pierces the gap and gets another boundary. So Capsey is finding a way to score here in Ringwood. Gives herself room to go through the offside, and she does. The dive is in vain. Another boundary to Alice Capsey. Upish from Capsey. And that one is going to race away for a 4. So once again, Capsey doing the damage for the Melbourne Stars and keeping that scoreboard ticking along. Gives herself room. Does Capsey, there's a little edge there. And Capsey has to go, so Kate Pelly gets another dismissal. That takes her to 8. Final delivery. She works that to the leg side nicely. There's a fielder in the deep, but they're not going to get there. Another boundary.
So here's Elise Perry. Bowls, driven off the front foot beautifully. Through the field, down to the rope for 4. And this large local crowd, fine voice. Bouchier gets a short ball, and it's called wide. It was very high. 5 off the over already. Perry charges in and cutting behind point for 4. Maya Bouchier picks up a second boundary for the over. Now to Bouchier, who comes down the wicket and hits it over mid-on's head for 4. What a way to start. 3 for 48. 8 required of 7 deliveries. Here's Bouchier, advances, drives, upish, out! The catch is taken. Susie Bates takes the catch. So it is still 6 required of 4 deliveries, and Bouchier departs.
To do a reverse sweep here.
Try on 6 required. Fulham goes down the ground in the air. It'll be out. It is another catch. Bates takes another one. Tryon's on a hat trick, and there's 6 needed off 3 deliveries. Goodness. Tryon bowls, and it's swept down the leg side. Wait for the call. 5 needed. Short. It's hit into the gap. Will they think about 2, or Sutherland will try to do the work? 5 off what, 4 to tie the game?
I reckon they're talking. I actually think that they're talking super over here.
7 off 6 this last over. Here we go. Sullivan goes long. Got a fair bit of it. Only underneath it. The catch should be taken. It has.